Hey, I'm Allison from Learning at the Primary Pond. I'm a literacy specialist, and in this video, I'm going to give you some of my best time-saving tips for planning your small groups. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, go ahead and do that now, and then also hit the little bell so that you're notified every time I post a brand new video about teaching literacy in K2. So we know that small group instruction with our students is really valuable because it gives you that closer connection with them, an opportunity to see up close where they're struggling with that you might not get during whole group, to provide that differentiated instruction to really meet their needs. So small group instruction is really valuable, but at the same time, oh my word, it can take so much time to plan for. It's like a chunk of time in your day that goes by so quickly, and yet it takes so long to get those plans together. I know of some teachers who have 5 groups and they see 5 groups every single day, which you don't need to see all of your groups every day. I'm just talking about an example. And so they have 25 small group plans to plan for every single week, in addition to all of their other planning. So this can be really time consuming. I'm super curious about how much time each week do you spend planning your small groups? Let me know in the comments. Would love to know. Also, as we get into these tips, I'm going to be showing you some example resources, and they're actually all free. So after you finish watching this video, make sure to go to the caption and look for the link to grab my small group in a snap pack. It is totally free. So after you're done watching, make sure to grab it. All right, so my first tip is don't reinvent the wheel. You want to have some sort of system for yourself that you can use to recycle small group plans. Now, do you want your small group plans to be tailored to, each individual group of students? Yes. But maybe you have a text and you've developed some good comprehension questions. Well, have some sort of system for saving them. Maybe you type up your plans and then you can quickly do a search and find the name of the book. Maybe you have different games and you can just kind of look through your binder or look through your plans that you have on the computer and find a game that matches what the kids are looking for. So that's my tip for working smarter, not harder. Save your plan so that you're not constantly reinventing the wheel. My second tip, and this goes for small groups of kids who are already reading, but my second tip is to make sure that you have easy access to books on a lot of different skills at a lot of different difficulty levels. So for example, this book is Sid the Cub, and on every page there is a CVC word for the kids to sound out. But you also get multiple versions of this book, and on each page there won't just be a CVC word. Another version will have a whole sentence, and another version will have a more challenging sentence. So it's the same text, but you have multiple options for multiple groups. Having resources like this will save you so much time. As you get in the free pack, I also, these are for kindergarten, I also have some first and second grade decodable text, passages for different phonics skills at different levels. So make sure to take a look at that when you grab the free pack. Having easy access to text sets like these mean that it's just so much easier for you to plan, and you can truly meet each group where they're at. Another tip is to spend more than one day on each text. Now, this is not just for the purpose of dragging it out and saving yourself time. When you have kids read a text more than once, it builds fluency. And when they read it more than once, their ability to comprehend the text deepens. So you can just get more out of them as far as the comprehension. Because the first time they read it, at least with kids that are learning to read, usually it's focusing on figuring out the words. And even if they are already pretty fluent readers, the second read, their comprehension is going to be stronger. So what you might do is have one day where you read the text and it's really focused on decoding and maybe some phonics and phonological awareness skills if applicable. And then the second day you come back, they read it again, and this time you work on comprehension. Maybe they even write a sentence about the text. So this is a time saver, but it's also really beneficial academically. I should also mention that when you get into longer texts like passages, you might find that you don't want to have the kids read the entire text in one sitting, and that is totally okay. Read half of it one day, the second half the next day, and if you feel like you've gotten all that you need to out of the text, then you can move on, but you could also even do a third day where they reread the whole text, and maybe then you go a little bit deeper with comprehension. My last tip is to save yourself a little time with some done-for-you lessons like this from the free pack. Now, you're not always going to have a lesson for every text, but when you have one, don't just think to yourself, oh, I need to like make it customized. I need to, like really meet the small group's needs. Like that's true, but when you have lessons to build from, it's so much easier to kind of like maybe switch a part out or shorten it or make it longer. When you have that base of lesson plans to start with, it's just that much easier, and you can make tweaks, right? You can make different tweaks for different groups. You could even use the same lesson and same book with 2 different groups, but with one group, you provide more support and more scaffolding so that they can read the text successfully. Maybe that means you're pre-teaching some words. Maybe it means you're breaking the text up over 2 days. And another group, they need less support. So that's another time saver. You can sometimes, not always, but you can sometimes use the same lesson plan and same text with more than one group of kids. I hope these tips are helpful. Don't forget to get that small group and a SNAP resource. As you can see, there are also some other goodies in there, assessments that you can use during your small groups and other activities. So make sure to grab that. There's a link in the caption and it's totally free. Thanks so much for watching. I hope these tips were helpful. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.